now at the third point, point 12, please, Guy Rahman.
Imagination is the source of every form of human achievement. And it's the one thing that I believe that we are truly jeopardizing by the way we educate our children and ourselves. A quote said by Sir Penrose. When I think of creativity beyond the clothes, makeup, hair, I realize how uncreative schools can be for us students. We come in our own dress attire, but do we learn what really sparks our minds? The majority of teenagers don't want to grow up to become English professors or scientists or mathematicians. So why is that all we learn? We have the ability to dance, sing, play in a band, play in an orchestra, but that doesn't fulfill our minds either. Every aspect of school is clearly based upon the grades you get, how much you study, the effort you put into studying just to get a better grade. But I truly believe that not every student is cut out for academics. Some people's minds are more creative naturally, and when they're put in school, it's like a prison. They aren't good at academics, they aren't good at studying, and they can't express the true things they want to accomplish in life. It's not that they're dumb or lazy, they're just different in their thinking process. Isn't it unfair to those who live to express and learn by expressing to have to conform to such an academic way of life? Some of the greatest people in the world don't have college degrees, yet they were able to write songs, poems, plays, movies, just by learning through living. Now we're going to show you a small video that will explain the true definition of education.
So you want to get a degree. Why? Let me tell you what society will tell you. It increases your chances of getting a job, provides you with an opportunity to be successful. Your life will be a lot less stressful. Education is the key. Now let me tell you what your parents will tell you. Make me proud. It increases your chances of getting a job, provides you with an opportunity to be successful. Your life will be a lot less stressful. Education is the key. Now let's look at the statistics. Steve Jobs, net worth, 7 billion, RIP. Richard Branson, net worth, 4.2 billion. Oprah Winfrey, net worth, 2.7 billion. Mark Zuckerberg, Henry Ford, Steven Spielberg, Bill Gates. Now here comes the coup de grace. Looking at these individuals, what's your conclusion? Neither of them, in being successful, ever graduated from a higher learning institution. Now some of you will protest like, money is only the medium by which one measures worldly success. And some of you even have the nerve to say, I don't do it for the money. So what are you studying for? To work for a charity? Need more clarity? Let's look at the statistics. Jesus, Muhammad, peace be upon him, Socrates, Malcolm X, Mother Teresa, Spielberg, Shakespeare, Beethoven, Jesse Owens, Muhammad Ali, Sean Carter, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, Michael Joseph Jackson. Were either of these people unsuccessful or uneducated? All I'm saying is that if there was a family tree, hard work and education related, but school would probably be a distant cousin. As if education is the key and school is the lock. Because it rarely ever develops your mind to the point where it can perceive red as green and continue to go when someone else said stop. Because as long as you follow the rules and pass the exams, you're cool. But are you aware that examiners have a checklist? And if your answer is something outside of the box, the automatic response is a cross. And then they claim that school expands your horizons and your visions. Well, tell that to Malcolm X, who dropped out of school and is well renowned for what he learned in a prison.
A university lecturer in the historic environment makes the point that grades don't always reflect how much a student learns in the end. For example, a student who comes into class with a broad base of knowledge earns an A, but he might have learned less than a student who comes with less knowledge and actually studies more, and he ultimately earns a lower grade. The emphasis should be on how much a student learns, rather than the grade he or she gets at the end of the year. He also contends that such a system has negative effects on the student's motivation. This is a big problem with schools that say the underlying assumption that grades are a necessary motivator for students. There are several problems with this argument. Psychological research has shown that students and people in general are less likely to focus on the subject if they are promised rewards such as money or grades, or they are threatened with stakes or termination. Using grades as a threat or reward for completing or not completing schoolwork is an extrinsic motivation. This is the leading type of motivation that results in a decreased focus on the actual learning objective. Thank you.
Now the last cross-examination by Lana Bali.
The video just mentioned something about money, 4.2 billion. I never thought success was about how much money you make. I was
It is that point that money is just a medium to success.
I don't have an imagination. However, when you go to school, when you have to gain grades, all people can study, all people can work hard, they can get the grades. So this is an opportunity for someone like us to be someone really great in the future. However, imagination, how many people have wide imagination that they can use in the future?
That's perfect. People in school always try to get education, but ultimately they are pressured by grades. So if I'm not good at math and I'm not good at English, let me finish. If I'm not good at math or English, but I excel in biology and I love medicine, shouldn't I be able to drop these grades and just focus on the thing I really want for me to become a successful person like Steve Jobs or Bill Gates?
Okay. If you are able to be great at biology and you are able to reach your dream, don't you think that you are able to pressure yourself to study like something like math if you don't like it, just for the sake to reach your dream? Yeah?
Pressure causes a lot of depression, just as my friend said. Depression causes many problems on the student and the student's family.
Okay,
There are some other examples. Jim Carrey, the most known comedian in the world, he dropped out of school because he was really pressured, and now he's one of the best comedians in the world.
Come on, you're saying...
Albert Einstein was really pressured at school. He dropped out, and now whenever we say Albert Einstein, he's the mad scientist of the world.
These are 1 in a million cases.
I said 10 names, all names are 1 in a million, and every name is 1 in a million. So every time I say a name, it's gonna be 1 in a million.
How many people are there in the world? When you count them, when you do the math, they are...
So why can't you be the 1 in the million that earns his success or her success without grades?
Without grades?
Without grades, if these people were able to do it, why can't you? Pressure, if you want pressure, you shouldn't need grades for it.
Okay. Is that something about imagination and creativity? Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you think when you take a critical math question in the math exam, okay? When you don't know how to solve it, don't you get bothered and then you go talk to your teacher asking him for that grade? Why did you get such a critical question when he's giving you the opportunity to widen your imagination? Isn't that right?
Critical thinking is not based on imagination, it's based on the knowledge and the education you get in math. The previous
Knowledge
session.
is important.